This is going to be the pre-show, me scraping keys against the microphone.
You know what one of my favorite sounds is? When you have all your keys and you throw them in the air and that really soft tinkling sound it makes while it's just floating in the air before you catch it.
Yeah, that jingle jangle.
Jingle jangles too. It's the tinkling of floating keys.
You know what my favorite sound is?
What?
Keys on the microphone.
Welcome to One Topic, where we stick to one topic. My name is Autumn Fisher.
My name is Greg Russ.
Hi.
Hello.
Whose week is it?
It's my week.
What's the topic?
The topic this week will be just thinking of it off the top of my head.
Not prepared it in any way?
No, I don't have at least 20 tabs open in my browser in preparation for today's show, which is going to be about jingles, commercial jingles. I know we did a show on commercialism, advertising before. This is going to be separate because this one's not going to be rooted in negativity, at least for the most part. My thoughts and feelings on advertising made very clear on that episode, and how gross I think it is driving a culture of consumerism, and you're not successful unless you buy a bunch of shit. Jingles, on the other hand, at least the potential is there for them to be charming.
Delightful.
Sometimes they do get to be delightful. Other times they are annoying as fuck. Though that does still serve a purpose, because the jingle has a way of really getting into your head and making you remember the product that is being sold. Something as stupid, I'm going to start out with a negative thing, as stupid as that McDonald's jingle, I'm loving it, but the shit before it, the ba-da-ba-ba-ba, how fucking lazy is that? But it lives in my head. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, and someone's in a studio somewhere really putting their heart and soul into that thing, because in their mind they're living their dream of being a professional singer. They're fooling themselves by giving their soul to the ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
How do you think that works? Do you think that they got a ton of money for that?
No.
Or do they have like houses make, like different advertising houses make little things and then they buy a certain one for a lot of money? Or do you think they get like a contract? How's that work?
No way. These people are not making a lot of money off of these things. I don't know the way it works. I know that a commercial actor, for example, if it's a union gig, national spot, can get around 60 grand for a first run. That's a lot of money. And so maybe the person who writes the jingle, if it's not done through a house, there may be an advertising agency or house that is tasked with doing it. And at that point, someone's just salaried. But if someone on their own wrote it, I'm sure it's a contract negotiation. I'm sure there's someone else there to undermine that person. So no matter what, the person who wants more money will never even get a chance to write the jingle unless somehow they establish themselves as being this brilliant jingle writer, and their services are highly regarded and sought after.
Like Barry Manilow.
Yes, but I don't think the singers themselves either are.
Because where is the person that sang and came up with ba-da-ba-ba-ba?
I'm loving it.
I'm loving it.
And you know how many rounds of feedback that shit probably went through? Yeah. Some executive somewhere's like, it's just not working for me.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, I'm loving it. It's a little too... could you change it?
Yeah, maybe at first it was a doobie-doo-dee-da. Nope. No.
I'm loving it.
I don't have this jingle pulled up because I don't actually want to hear it. And also, just for anyone else listening, don't worry, Cars for Kids will not be played either.
Oh, thank you.
How
many versions of that same jingle do they have to make? There's like 3 floating out there. There's one that sounds like a professional like kid acting. Money doesn't come again. And then there's one that sounds like someone's daughter that they just put like. And then also the dude that comes on 1-877 calls because.
Yeah, there's several versions. They want to keep it fresh, update it.
Yes.
that's one of those, again, people hate it, but everyone knows it.
Yes.
If you say
I
cars,
didn't know it was such a thing. I thought for some reason it was just an Atlanta thing.
if you say Cars for Kids,
Yeah.
you know,
That's Cars with a K!
you know exactly what it is. Also, another one that he can't stand is the $5 footlong from Subway.
Oh man, I'm so glad that those commercials are gone. $5 foot long.
Or the baby back ribs.
Oh, I didn't mind that.
I want my baby back, baby. Shut up.
Chili
remember how
rib.
I said it wasn't going to be a negative show. I'm just getting the ones out of the way that you're not going to be hearing the actual jingles for, because I don't want people sitting here in fear. They have to hear Cars for Kids constantly.
Yeah.
And no, don't worry. Rest easy at this point. I think the jingle though it's a direct. Well, here's the history of the jingle, in case you care to know a little bit about the history of the jingle. The first jingle ever was a Wheaties jingle.
Oh.
It was a commercial radio jingle, though commercials at the time, there was this weird thing in radio, even though it became a commercial medium, and that's how it's funded. There was this idea, an ideal, that direct advertising is something that should be avoided. People are allowing you into their homes via the radio, and therefore you shouldn't bombard them with straight up advertisements.
Ugh, how times have changed.
Sponsorship was okay. It's
Right.
the
And wouldn't the announcer be like, Playtex, pantyhose?
Yes, that's exactly what it was. And then maybe Playtex Pantyhose would try to influence the content a bit, but hopefully the people in charge of that said, get the hell out of here. This is our show. Either you're tied to it or you're not. You're not going to dictate the content, but that's a whole other thing. The sponsorship is something that I could appreciate. The jingle, for whatever reason, wasn't considered direct advertising.
That makes sense. It is a soft way to influence someone.
So you had this Wheaties jingle.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Have you tried Wheaties? They're whole wheat with all of the bran. Won't you try Wheaties?
This couldn't sound
Wheat
older.
is the best food of man.
It's from 1929.
They're crispy and crunchy the whole year through. The kiddies never tire of them, and neither will you. So just buy Wheaties, the best breakfast food in the land.
In the land. I love those barbershop quartet things.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Buy Wheaties.
And I guess I was making fun of the people who sing in the commercials and the jingles, but you are at least able to show off your singing voice, as ridiculous as whatever the content is.
I mean, the ba there's not a lot of skill being shown there, but the Wheaties for sure. You got to they had to work out those harmonies.
So that was it, 1929, the first known jingle. And then the jingles ramped up. In the 50s, they had their heyday. And we've gotten to the point where jingles have, even though we've already listed quite a few modern day jingles, they've been replaced with popular music for the most part. Commercials now just put their product on screen and pay the rights for some popular song.
Oh, okay.
Which is a bit of a shame, because I do think effectively,
I feel like there are less jingles on TV than ever before.
I'm sure there are. I mean, what's something off the top of your head that you can think of that's a jingle?
Well,
it's also strange because I don't have TV anymore. I don't have cable TV, so I'm not watching as many advertisements.
Yeah, that's true. It's all like car commercials and food. Once you start noticing this, you'll see it everywhere. Food commercials always show the food really close up. You're always like real close up to the food that they're trying to make you eat.
Which isn't actual food at that point either.
Yeah, it's not.
It's glue.
Yeah.
Painted cardboard that looks beautiful. Maybe ceramic. Maybe some foam. The food stylist is really
I can't
gotten
think
to
of
work.
any songs that. Oh, 800 588 300 Empire. Oh, or that other one. 1-800 General Now.
Oh yeah. So see, look, there's still a few out there.
All right, there's some.
Safe flight repair, safe flight replace,
Yes, safe flight repair, safe flight replace.
or this one.
I love that. Ow!
Sorry, one more time because it's so short.
Somebody put that in one take, and somebody stood up in the back and they're like, I love it. Ow!
And it works. It's 6 seconds long. We all know that
great.
one.
Oh.
Auto zone. What was the auto zone? Get in the zone.
Get in the zone.
Auto
zone.
zone. And the simpler, the better, I think, quite often. It's a very effective means of getting in your head and keeping a product
It
relevant.
really says something about music and the human brain. Like it lights up. Like we need to look at someone's brain in an EKG listening to classical music and then see it also listening to that auto parts. Ow! I bet it lights up the exact same way.
I hope the person saying the ow at the end was joking around. Like, I'm going to throw this in there. This is going to become ridiculous. But it works. I feel like this is something you should do.
O'Reilly's!
Since you never pursued your dream of singing for whatever reason, because you decided that your purpose in life was to wed and bear children.
Yes.
And you didn't go after your
Become a normie.
dream.
Become a square hetero normie.
But at this point, you could at least break into the commercial biz. You're close enough. You could sing some jingles.
I would love to. I sang some jingles back in the early 2000s.
Which jingle?
What did I do? Oh, I did one for like a breast augmentation clinic in New Jersey.
What was that jingle? Do you remember?
God, hold on.
When your boobs are small and you want them bigger because men are all that matter to you, come and get your boobs inflated by Dr. Flu.
That's me.
I was going to say either Doctor Who, but that's already the TV show, or I was going to say Dr. Jew, and I figured that way wouldn't go over so well. So I had to pause and say who, flu.
It was something about like the natural me. I can't remember. You know what? I'll try and find it and see if I have it somewhere.
Sometimes those are the ones that they're so bad, obviously on purpose, that they do work. Because like, what do you didn't put any thought into this. You're not trying to rhyme. You just threw it out there.
Like what? Do you have an example?
No, I mean, no, but sometimes these jingles are just so obvious and in your face and just telling you what it is.
Oh, yeah. Think about like Lance. Do you remember the Lance cracker? I got Lance in my pants. That one was really dumb.
But it rhymes. At least they put a little bit in there. Lance in my pants.
Yep.
Why would you put those crackers in your pants? They would get all crunched.
That's true. And it's not like the packaging secures them enough so that you can carry them in your pants without them just turning to dust. And you have like the little skeleton of the inside goo left over, and that's all you get is the like.
Yeah, I feel like you're putting
skeleton peanut butter disc.
You're putting your customer in a bad spot at that
You
point.
really are.
Like, oh, the jingle says to put the Lance in my pants, and then you got a packet of crumbs.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
And you sprinkle them into your mouth. So you sent me a list of jingles that you wanted to run through. I think we should just start with all the gum jingles because these do stick in my head.
And they're great.
You sent double mint. Double your refreshment. Double your enjoyment. Oh, no single gum double freshens your mouth like. Double mint, go on and double. It's like this.
There you go.
I'll play it.
Remember those twins? The twins in the commercial would be eating them, and they always ate like in gum commercials. People are always taking a stick of gum and then like bending it in half to put it in their mouths.
Oh yeah, the way
Yeah, the way that they decide to eat the gum is always the same.
It's
like that
sensual.
must have been tested also over and over. Like, what's the best way to? How do people like seeing gum enter a mouth?
Well, you get to see the person's mouth, which is sensual. You get to see the gum bend at that point and let you know it's fresh because
sure.
Quite often gum gets stale and it won't bend, it'll break.
Snap.
Double, double your refreshment. Double, double your enjoyment. Oh, no single gum double freshens your mouth like double mint gum. Double, double your refreshment.
Listen to that keyboard in the background.
Double, double your delightment. Oh, no single gum.
It's a xylophone.
Freshens your mouth like double fresh, double good. Come on and double mint gum.
There's no single gum like it.
What's a single gum?
There's no single gum like it.
That commercial, it does feature quite a few of the twins, but also it's just the same shot repeated twice. So it shows a guy closing the door to the truck and then closing the door to the truck again. So it's an efficient commercial to shoot. You only had to shoot half the footage and you got to double up on it.
Nice.
But look, this persists in our brains. And then you've got this one. People are taking off their clothes, getting ready for the beach.
Take a sniff.
The taste is gonna move you when you pop it in your mouth. Juicy fruit is gonna move you. It juices off, it gets right
Get
to
that.
you. Juicy fruit, the taste is gonna move you.
It's interesting what the different gums represent also. I feel like the double mint is maybe just your standard everyday gum. Juicy fruit is totally get out there, live your life to the fullest, do some water skiing.
I think the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, this is a get out there, get into those action sports. And then I've serenaded the person with this song. This next one.
No little cinnamon gum freshens breath longer than Big Red.
So kiss a little longer, stay close a little longer, hold tight a little longer, longer with Big Red.
Come on, bring it home.
Big freshness lasts right through it. Your fresh breath goes on and on. While you
Fake thunder.
Oh yeah, they're like, it's storming outside.
last a little longer, give your breath long-lasting freshness with Big Red.
Man,
Oh man.
I have sung that song to someone before, and it really won them over. And this gum marketed towards making out. Even in the commercial, you've got some people just making out to the point where they've been making out for so long that someone in the woman in the museum mistakes them for a statue, and she's dusting them because they've just been. I mean, it's a very boring makeout session.
Yeah, they just are sitting there stone still with their lips touching.
Yeah, they don't move. And that would be something if that's how you actually made out.
Give your breath long-lasting freshness with Big Red. Ah!
And that's all Wrigley's, right? I think all those are.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, so they're on top of their game. They knew what they were doing, and
And they
I
got
give credit to these jingles.
Yeah, those are great jingles. I forgot about Big Red.
How could you?
I never
forget about-
enjoyed Big Red.
You don't like the fake cinnamon flavor.
Nah, that's all right. If I went, I mean, it's the same with like, I don't know. When I'm putting stuff that's to freshen my breath, cinnamon is not my go-to. Mint.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. But that taste of Big Red, which also tastes like a fireball shot, hold on, Fireball. When did this become so popular? I know this is an aside, and I know that I'm a few years late on this, but I feel like Fireball was always there, sitting on a shelf. And then
Wasn't Goldschlager also cinnamon flavor? Because I feel like that was the first Fireball for me.
Goldschlager. No, that stuff just tasted like rubbing alcohol.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
I thought it was cinnamon.
I'm pretty sure. I'll do a quick search.
Well, I can't spell Schlager.
Schlager, cinnamon. Maybe it is. I have no clue.
Yes, Swiss cinnamon schnapps.
Okay, you're right. I apologize. There was some other one that was really gross. Oh boy, it's slipping my. It doesn't matter. I don't want to get stuck.
Like a, uh-huh.
Now, what were you going to say?
No, I know. I'm in the same place you are. Everclear?
That's not Everclear, but close. Golden grain. That's what I was thinking of.
Oh, golden grain.
Golden grain, which is
Grams?
was it grain? Wasn't that golden grain alcohol? I don't even know.
Okay.
I think that's what I was confusing it with. Goldschlager. Yeah, I apologize. Then cinnamon. There you go. Much better.
And you were fancy because it had gold flakes floating in it.
That edible gold leaf.
Who decided that that was the thing? Let's put actual pieces of diamond into this liquor.
People enjoy that shit. I don't know.
It really burns going down because it's cutting a hole in my esophagus.
They fall for that. And something, gold.
Gold. Do you see the floating gold? If I drink enough of this and I filter out all the gold, I'll have some gold.
For whatever reason, it works. It's a little gimmick.
Yeah.
And it's fine. I don't know. I don't drink liquor that much at all because I don't know what I'm getting with it. Meaning, I know what I get with beer. I know having this many beers. I like to drink constantly. When I'm sitting there talking with people, I like to continuously drink, and that's why I stick with beer, because if I'm going with the alcohol, I'm done. I'm finished.
Right. You start drinking too much of it too quickly.
I'm pissing in a styrofoam container thinking it's a toilet in the middle of the night.
Whoops.
Yeah. You get a late night meal, eat it, and put that styrofoam container on your desk chair, and you wake up. When you come to, you're peeing in it. Somehow your subconscious brain thought it was a toilet lid, and you lifted it, and you're just peeing on the leftover hummus and falafel.
Oh, no.
So it's best to stay away.
I've been having to drink, well, not having to drink. I've been drinking liquor instead of beer because I'm on this diet. And yeah, it's something to get used to. And it's a different change of pace.
What are how's that diet going, by the way?
It's good. I'm kind of staying put at 13 pounds that I've lost. But it's also really hard to keep your willpower for this long. So I am having a handful of chips sometimes. You know what I mean? But I mean, it's hard to fit something that's so rigid into your lifestyle for such a long amount of time. But I do feel I feel fine with my choices.
All right, good. I'm looking up beer jingles, which is not something I thought of, but Bush beer.
Oh, yeah.
Bush beer. I don't even know if there's a jingle. I just remember at the end, it was like Bush, and I really liked that.
Oh, like a rock.
But that
was a real song.
Yeah, that's not a jingle. That was just a hijacked song.
Like a rock. Was that Ford?
Chevy? Was it?
Like a rock.
Was it? It's Chevy.
Oh, it is? Oh, I'm sorry.
See, that goes to show that when you use a popular song, the brand doesn't stick with you. If the song was Chevy truck, driving along on the dirt road, Chevy truck, then you would...
Chevy truck can climb itself over a big rock, Chevy truck.
Throw it into four-wheel drive, Chevy truck. Gotta go camping with the Mrs. Chevy truck.
That's right. They're parked in front of a picturesque lake in the woods, and he's closing that door in the back and walking away from it.
Bonding with your son that you've neglected, Chevy truck.
Yep, there's a dog. He calls the dog out of the back of the truck, and then he closes the bed door or whatever.
Ford's for wimps, Chevy truck.
Calvin's pissing on Ford. Like a rock.
This is in a minute. I don't want to watch this whole thing.
This is the Bush one?
Where it's all plain to see.
It's Bush, yeah.
It's gonna get done. It's up to you and to me.
I'd say I don't know if this is a original.
They were really tapping into a specific thing. They were like old timey. We're not into these fancy beers.
Well, this can lead us into, we want to talk about old timey, but let's listen to the rest of this. I think this is an original song.
There's no place that I'd rather be.
It's cowboys. It's a bunch of cowboys.
Yeah.
They're working hard, and they don't need a fancy beer. They just need a beer to get the job done.
Head for the mountains and bush. Head for the mountains and bush.
Man, the guy opened the beer and the mist that comes out sometimes.
Nice.
That was
Ooh,
a
so
nice-
refreshing. So some man who's like just finished mowing his, half an acre in the back of his house, he feels like one of those cowboys after he finishes his hard work.
Yeah,
He opens that beer out in the garage.
I'm not a cowboy. I'm not doing that kind of work, but I did do some manual labor in my backyard, and I can have the same beer that those cowboys have.
Head to the mountain.
Head for the mountains and bush. Beer. Head for the mountains. It's cold and
It's so churchy.
waiting for you.
And it's a religion.
It really sounds like I would love to be in that church singing that kind of thing.
I would go to church if these were the hymns.
Yeah.
Head for the mountains and bush.
Bush. Beer.
Beer. Oh, men singing. It's like,
Whoa. So let me tell you, it ends with like this.
at the very end again.
It ends with this bronco on its hind legs. It's kicking its front legs in the air. Look, that's a good one. I would put that on a mix.
Oh man, a men's chorus, a masculine men's chorus like that.
I actually enjoy this one with like Bush.
Ew.
Beer.
It's cold and it's smooth. It's waiting for you. Come on, head for the mountains and bush. Beer. Head for the mountains and bush. Head for the mountains and bush.
It also has that element where people love it in songs when the music drops out near the end. And it's just, if that was a concert, the whole crowd would be singing.
God, that's a great jingle. I've never heard that before.
No,
If that wasn't about beer, I mean, I still love it. I was gonna say I would maybe like it more. No, I still love it.
That was unexpected. I just pulled that up randomly, and man, what a gem that one was.
Yeah, it really sounds like religious.
I wish it were better quality, but I'm sure we could find that. I do want to actually listen to it again. I won't subject anyone to it. Maybe we can end the show with it.
Okay.
Well, if you want to hear it again, you can also just look it up if you want to hear it again. But maybe I can find a better version. So you were talking about old time. I know this is one of your favorites.
Oh, I love this one.
I remember our old country home, clean fresh air and flowers growing in the fields.
Really telling a story.
Beside our swimming hole.
It talks about mama.
Mama hollering through the screen, would you kids like some homemade ice cream? That was
Harmony.
such a simpler time and place. Bluebell tastes just like the good old days.
Whatever those taste like. The good old days, it tastes like them. And for whatever reason, people think the good old days taste better than the new days, even though I would assume the new days taste better than the good old days, because the good old days, maybe not, because you had less additives and preservatives, right?
Oh, is that what they're going for? That makes sense.
I don't know what they're going for. They're going for nostalgia, this idea of something that never existed for your life, but you think existed somewhere. There's also 30 seconds left of this one, so we can get back to it.
Yeah, well, I think it's just a guy saying Bluebell does it differently.
Let's
like
listen.
one of those.
It's a bridge?
No, I think it's where the
right.
person doing the ad would talk.
Bluebell tastes just like the good old days.
Oh man, do you remember there were two? Or I think that there were other versions, but I don't remember what the other one was. but I was excited when I would hear it on WSB because I was like, oh, the new Bluebell commercial. And I would try and learn all the words because I thought they were so funny.
Homemade ice cream. What a perfect
way to say.
Have yourself a Bluebell country day.
Bush Bear.
I already closed that tab. I should have kept it open.
Great song. But okay, but how patronizing is that Bluebell commercial?
Why? Because they're...
It sounds like bad country music, where it's like, Mama made a cornbread every night, and that wasn't a good example. That sounded a little bit like Bruce Springsteen.
They're just trying to hit on a feeling, whether or not that feeling ever actually existed in your life. Now, Bluebell, I don't know if it's regional. I haven't seen Bluebell up here in New York.
I think it's Southern.
So, that's part of it too. Hitting on that memory where you're out there in the fields running around playing in the creek.
Yeah.
In those long, hot summer days with the cicadas. And
when you would walk on the path beside your swimming hole.
Yeah, you got the swimming hole that you probably shouldn't go into because there are amoebas in there that'll eat your brain.
Mama hollering through the screen. Watch out for leeches down in the swimming hole.
It's a new flavor. Leech. With a swirl of blood.
Swimming hole leech. Bluebell's newest flavor. Tastes like the old days. Bluebell tastes just like leeches sucking your blood.
But it's marketed towards people who didn't live in cities.
Yeah.
How would they change it if someone
Remember
was
when your cousin died of the mumps?
Yeah, the bad old days in the cities in the 70s and 80s.
When you were robbed at knife point out on 3rd Street.
And then someone came up with a gun after that, and you had to tell me you've already gotten robbed. I wonder if that happened at any point. So you got mugged, and then you're going home, and someone tried to mug you again. Like,
I already got hit, buddy. I'm out.
It's already gone, dude.
Oh, sorry.
I feel like
if I were a mugger and I hit somebody that had already gotten robbed, I'd be like, "Oh, sorry, dude. I'm sorry. Here, take some money." Maybe I would give them some of my money. Like, you need some. You need to get a way to get home. You need like $1.50 for the bus.
there are times. The closest now is when people work the trains and ask for money, and someone walks through the car and asks for money, and the few people who give the money, and then someone comes in the next stop and they do their pitch, and quite often it's like, "You're too late. You're a little late. Someone just came through."
Man.
You got to be on top of your game. And then you've got the buskers. So someone will
Buskers?
come. Yeah, the people who play music or try to earn the money by doing a magic trick. There was some guy recently who had like rings. He was doing these tricks with these rings, spinning them around, and I don't know.
Like interlocking them and then unlocking them from like squishing them together and then taking them apart. How do they work?
Yeah. I mean, look, all right, you're putting in some effort, but quite often you'll get someone who does something like that, and then the mariachi band will come in right after that. It's like, sorry.
Bluebell tastes just like when a magician tried to get money from you on the subway.
So in Bluebell, I guess, it's strange. Bluebell's not really a jingle, it's a song. And the same thing with Bush.
Yeah.
That Bush thing wasn't a jingle, but it's an original song, because Bluebell, as you said, switches up the lyrics.
Yeah, it seems like a jingle has to be more like quick things, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Yeah, but State Farm isn't a good neighbor. You're right, but just that's a complete lie, because State Farm, they're not like a good neighbor. They're not there.
What about Band-Aids?
Well, here's the thing with State Farm.
That's a long song.
Yeah, but here's the thing with insurance companies, all of them.
Oh,
Sorry.
my God.
Oh, we're a good neighbor. We're there. Oh, really? I am in some trouble. I got in a car accident. My house was broken. Oh, yeah. Well, you have to do all this paperwork and take some photos. It's not, no, let's help you. And it's like, let's make sure we make this very difficult so we don't have to pay any money. But this is what you're thinking.
Menon.
Oh, yeah. The best. Who wrote that? Who got money for that? By Menon.
It is.
Ooh.
It is one of my favorites, and I kind of get annoyed that Seinfeld hijacked it. Costanza,
Oh yeah.
which it was funny in the context of the show, but
Right.
now if you want to just talk about by Menon, someone will bring up Seinfeld because that's what people do. They still pretend that their life is a Seinfeld episode. What were you saying? The Band-Aid? I'm stuck.
Yeah, that's a nice
on
long commercial.
Band-Aid because Band-Aid's stuck on me.
I am stuck on Band-Aid because Band-Aid doesn't hurt me.
All
Something.
right, let's find it. Here we go. Hopefully an ad won't play.
Band-Aid brand. I think they say that. Stuck on Band-Aid brand because Band-Aid stuck on me.
I am stuck on
Ugh.
Band-Aid brand.
Kids singing.
Oh, are they in front of a fire truck?
God, this kid is. I don't want kids singing, but we'll listen to the rest of. No, this.
Is that what they are? Fire truck?
What's that?
Is the kid in front of like a fire truck?
No, this kid.
Or is that a different?
This kid's just in his house right now. Let's see.
Oh, okay.
Band-Aid stuck on me. I am stuck on Band-Aid brand 'cause germs won't stick on me.
Introducing
Germs do stick on you. I'm sorry. They're just sticking.
Band-Aid. Not with a Band-Aid, Greg.
And they do need to say. It's funny they say Band-Aid brand because Band-Aid was at risk. You know, if something becomes the common term for something, they can
like
lose.
Xerox.
Yeah, they can lose their copyright. So Band-Aid became. I don't think it ever got there. I think they stopped it, but Band-Aid
Kleenex.
brand. Yeah, you can lose.
Scuba.
You can lose your rights.
Band-Aid brand antibiotic bandages.
Oh, it's an antibiotic one. You want the kids.
You hear his voice? He sounded like the Bluebell guy.
With doctor-recommended antibiotic right on the pad for powerful protection against
Nice harmonica.
germs that can
Oh,
cause
yeah.
infection.
That's some good harmonica work.
I am stuck on Band-Aid brand 'cause germs won't stick on
I don't like this one. I don't like that one.
I am stuck on
I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. I remember singing that song to myself in my room, like at night. I was trying to go to sleep, just thinking and doing whatever. And I was thinking, oh, I really don't want to grow up because then I won't be a kid.
And what happens is you do grow up, but when you make that choice mentally, you're still a kid. So you really didn't grow up. I go to the ball pit.
Oh, yeah. Adult playground at this bar.
Oh, this is not really a jingle, but I love that Fruity Pebbles Christmas commercial. You remember this one?
What is it?
I hated Fruity Pebbles. I hated them.
Oh, I loved Fruity Pebbles.
They reminded me of boogers. They looked like boogers.
They do look like boogers.
I could not stand
Cocoa.
them.
What about Cocoa Pebbles?
No, I didn't like
We're going
the,
through a real Cocoa Pebbles phase over here. I don't know why.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Pebbles of any sort, but the Christmas version, the Fruity Pebbles.
Okay.
So it's just a real Christmas song, but
Yummy fruity pebbles in our bowls.
in my bowls, multiple bowls, Fred. So strange. Are they still using the Flintstones as their
Yeah.
face of
Uh-huh.
Fruity? My God.
My kids don't know who the Flintstones are or the Jetsons.
Yeah, they have zero
They're
clue.
weird. They barely know who Bugs Bunny is.
But they could put Paw Patrol on there.
Yeah.
Or what's that one show Pete watches where the things don't even speak?
Oddbods.
Come on.
Yeah, it's really
Oh, here
weird.
comes you know who. Yabba dabba fruit, delicious do. Ho, ho, ho.
And then here's Barney
I'm hungry.
yeah.
I'm hungry. Santa, my pebbles. Your pebbles. 'Tis the season to be sharing, Fred.
The whole thing. It is your fault, Fred. You fuck. You fuck
Fred
Fred.
did it.
Yeah, I don't want to share my pebbles. Well, look, I know cereal's expensive. Outrageously.
My pebble.
Yeah, so Barney is so desperate for his pebbles, he has to pretend to be Santa.
Ho, ho, ho. I'm hungry.
I wonder if that's
Again, not a
No, I wonder if that still plays. Just because I don't have commercial TV anymore.
No, but you know what will outlive us all is that Hershey Kiss commercial where they're like jingling like bells.
Yeah, I think they updated it. Meaning,
Oh, they did?
I think they probably just remastered it or something.
Oh, okay.
Because it used
Because that one, and the Cadbury egg one, like, "Bacow, bacow." That has been around since I was before my grandparents were born.
It is nice to see them though. They come back out and they remind you of that time.
Bacow, bacow.
And I'm looking through. We have so many. I've pulled up so many things here. I don't want to listen to the Kit Kat one. We all know that. That wasn't your choice. That was mine. But that Give Me a Break. It works fine. So be it.
That's true. It has. Yeah.
All right, I'll play it for a second.
We all know it.
I don't like it. It's like just people having fun though. We've caught them in their everyday moments, and we give them Kit Kats. Now they're singing to the camera. Pfft, fine. That's enough of that one.
Yeah, but there is I don't know. Maybe growing up in different times, there's different versions of the Kit Kat thing. Because I was just thinking of the one that's like, "Give me a break, give me a break, break me off a piece of that, break me off a piece of that, break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar."
Yeah, they just updated it and got a little swagger in there.
Something taste is gonna make your day, and wherever you go, you hear the people say.
Yeah, so wherever I go, I hear the people say,
"Give me a break, woo!" We need the O'Reilly's person. "Give me a break, woo! Give me a break."
you should release an album. You should re-record all of these.
That would be so fun.
We can just update them, and you can make them a little more complex and layered and harmonized.
I'm a big kid now.
No, this will be your opening.
I have a structured settlement and I need cash now. Call J.G. Wentworth, 877 cash now.
I have an annuity, but I need cash now.
Call J.G. Wentworth,
Bridge.
877 cash now.
877 cash now. 877.
877 cash now. They help thousands, they'll help you too.
One more.
Unstructured settlements we will make for you. Something like that.
I don't even know what the hell J.G. Wentworth is. I think it's... I do know what they are, but this is what's funny. It's like this one is like, we know the song. Most people off the top of their head may not. It's like something to do with money.
Yeah, getting cash now for a structured settlement.
Yeah, so if you have money coming in every month, every week, whatever it is, they'll front you that money. They'll give you an advance on it because it's guaranteed. And then they take the giant percentage because you're so desperate to get your own money because you're not.
I sued Home Depot and I'm on a payment plan that they're paying me. And I want my 20 grand now.
Yeah. So, I mean, look, sure. Something like this is interesting because how many people are actually in that situation?
Yeah.
I guess there's enough. And if they need to reach out to J.G. Wentworth.
And for it to be playing really during like judge shows in the afternoons, right?
Yeah, there's this idea that people during the day, if they're just staring at the TV, are bums. And
yeah, like they all have vaginal mesh. And I guess they have structured settlements. They also need advanced payday cash.
Man,
and
predators.
They also were exposed to asbestos.
Fucking predators.
We should come up with the person that is all of the advertisements, like and where and who they're directed at.
It is those payday advances.
Oh yeah, those are horrible.
You're preying on the people who already don't have money.
Have you seen the one that's new and it's like it's someone's name? It's just like Steve. So it makes you feel like you're borrowing from like a dude.
Yeah,
Steve.
A loan shark. Steve, who's part of the mafia, he'll bust your fucking kneecaps in. Here you go. Hey, Steve, you got my money? You got my interest? No, Steve, I don't. Then you're,
But Steve, I thought we were friends.
I looked up vaginal mesh jingle. There's nothing.
Ugh.
Sadly.
Vaginal mesh. Vaginal mesh. Holding up your vagina with some vaginal mesh.
Hernia mesh.
Hernia sling.
Hernia sling. Hernia wants to pop out and make a bubble in my skin, but I gotta hold it in. What? I don't know why it's set to the Kit Kat. That's how lazy we are. Well, we can close with Miss Pixie Baba because that's not
your favorite.
This is nobody knows what this is, but this song, this is okay. Well, let's just get to it now. It's a doll head on a stick, and you comb its hair. It's a toy for kids from I don't know how long ago, and it's from a different country, Holland maybe. I don't know how I came across it, but this song.
Why do you know this?
Why do I know this? I don't.
Yeah, why do you know?
I don't know. I came across it one day, and the song sticks in my head. So sometimes, for example, earlier today, I was just changing my shirt, and I started singing this.
It's Hungarian.
It's a head on a stick.
That keyboard work.
Pixie can say flat bear.
Ooh.
So
Pixie can say Batman.
that is forever in my head, and I don't even know when that thing came out. The 80s, for whatever reason, it lives there.
Pixie.
This one, there's a sad story. This is regional. People in the South don't know Salino and Barnes, right?
No. Mm-mm.
So Salino and Barnes were a lawyer team. So I got the siren going by. You're just going to have to deal with it. Oh, come on. Yeah, we get it. There's a fire. Go save the day.
I am Band-Aids.
Okay, so Salino and Barnes were, they're one of these lawyers who advertise up here in the Northeast, New York. I think they were based in Buffalo originally, but their ads were everywhere. And it all came together because they had this jingle.
Savino and Barnes, injury attorneys, 800-888-8888.
Don't wait, call 8.
That stuck in my head constantly.
It's very simple, not only because it's just a bunch of 8s, but it also sounds really pleasant. It's like a real fairy light sounding voices. Can we hear it again?
Savino and Barnes, injury attorneys, 800-888-8888.
Don't wait, call 8.
Now the sad thing with Salino and Barnes is they broke up. Barnes, I think, wanted out. Salino said, no, we've got this great thing going. Then they ended up suing each other and fighting in court. Barnes ended up winning. Salino and Barnes fell apart, and then Barnes died in a plane crash recently. So it's a tragedy, ultimately. He was flying his own little plane, but yeah, that's sad.
That's always the way you go. Like if you die in a flight, it's usually because you're in a small plane and you're a pilot, and you shouldn't be doing that.
There is this, and I'm not ignoring what you said. Yes, that's true. Planes that do crash, it's the safest form of travel unless you're flying yourself and you're in a little plane.
Yeah.
So at some point, though, while the breakup was going on, this, Barnes is kind of venturing out on his own. Remember the jingle we just heard, and then listen to this one.
The Barnes firm, injury attorneys, call 1-800-8-million.
8 million.
It's not any different other than
The very beginning.
Barnes firm, injury attorneys, call 1-800-8.
million.
Do they get the same group of people, you think?
I don't know where they are. I do like to think of these people out there somewhere. And I do think of them in the studio holding the headphones up, just one to their ear.
Oh yeah, because they need to hear each other, not just themselves, because they have to figure out who's the harmony, who's the melody.
Well, he went for it, and now he's dead. And I wonder how.
Died doing what he loved, except at the very end when he probably didn't like what he was doing.
No. What do you want next? I've got everything left is yours. You can call one out. You got the Mr. Bucket toy commercial, which no.
Do that one.
No, I hate this one. Oh, hold on.
Bagel bites.
All right, we're gonna do Bucket, Ducket, because I was thinking of Dizzy Dinosaur, which I love that board game's jingle. So we'll do yours, Mr. Bucket. It's one of these voices like,
yeah, it's really bad.
Mr. Bucket.
Who sings this?
I'm out, Mr. Bucket. I go spinning about a Mr. Bucket.
All right, here we go.
Mr. Bucket. Toss your balls in my top. Mr. Bucket. Out of my mouth I go pop.
The first to get their balls into Mr. Bucket wins, but look out!
Mr. Bucket.
Please.
We're all gonna run. Mr. Bucket.
Mr. Bucket from Milton
Man,
Brown.
I thought that I knew all the words to that, and I really don't. I just made them all up. Mr. Bucket, balls pop out of my mouth, and Mr. Bucket, I go spinning about. I don't think he said any of that.
I like whoever gets their balls into Mr. Bucket first wins. I wish they had a visual of a guy teabagging Mr. Bucket.
Yeah. Like the drunk dad.
The dad comes in.
I can win at this game.
Dips his balls into Mr. Bucket. So while we're on games.
It's Dizzy Dinosaur. Knocks you out as he moves about. Dizzy Dinosaur. He's real nice till you roll the dice.
Yeah, he's real nice until you roll the dice.
He's real nice till you roll the dice.
And then, of course, Crossfire, which I didn't even pull up because I feel like Crossfire has come on this show a million times.
But it's so good. It's like the Celino and Barnes.
Okay, I'll play
Or
it.
it's like Menon. It's one word, right? Oh, no. You'll get caught up in the... That's it.
Crossfire.
At the end, he's doing the... Ow! But just saying Crossfire.
Okay, here we go.
It's sometime in the future.
Just hey, look, if you're going to date it in the future, that's the way to do it. Because if you said it's 2001, then it's
right?
Okay, now
it's sometime in the future.
It's like when Asia dated themselves with that song. Now you find yourself in 82 or whatever the line was.
Now you'll find yourself in 1982.
Well, now I think we're confusing that. We're making that sound.
Oh yeah,
We're making that sound like the heat of the moment is the whatever. Doesn't matter. Here you go.
The ultimate challenge. Crossfire. Crossfire.
Man, listen to those drums. It's intense, isn't it?
Bongos.
They're really bongoing it up.
Crossfire. You get caught. Crossfire.
My God, I know that I never realized how intense this guy gets in this rendition.
Wait until the end.
That. I can't even sing. Get caught up in the.
Man, I wish that we could hear that just on its own. You know how like you can find the solo vocals of a track?
Mm-hmm.
You know, of like Freddie Mercury or something? I would love to hear his just on its own at the very end. Crossfire!
Crossfire!
Yeah, it's a shame it fades out.
Yeah.
And they had to keep it at 30-second spot.
Oh, get caught up in the...
It
Man,
goes...
he gave it everything in that studio.
Again, though, this goes to show these are so old, years, decades, and they're still in our heads. What did you say you wanted? Bagel bites.
Yeah. Pizza in the morning.
Is that this one?
Now you can give them pizza whenever they want. Pizza in the morning, pizza in the evening, pizza at supper time.
Wait, pizza in the evening is supper time. That's late.
Pizza in the morning, pizza in the evening, pizza at supper time.
Why is the bagel make it so you can eat pizza anytime?
Yeah, I don't know. It's the breakfast element, but she is giving me some crossfire vocals.
Pizza bagel.
No, let's go back. Let's just.
Yeah.
Here, I'll let it play uninterrupted.
Pizza whenever they want. Pizza in the morning, pizza in the evening, pizza at supper time. When pizza's on a bagel, you can eat pizza anytime. Pizza bagel bites. Bites out pizza on wholesome little bagels.
Wholesome little bagels.
Yeah, bagels are no different than just regular pizza dough. Really,
It's just bread. It's like boiled on one side
yeah.
before it's cooked.
People fall for that, and then you're. While we're on our food kick for you, here's another one of yours.
My name is Sydney. I'm an Aussie hunk.
I hate this.
Why don't you know this?
I fucking hate. I hate the fake Australian accent. I can't. I'll play it for you. The Dunkaroos. Maybe because I didn't like it, and I just blocked this one out.
Don't just eat your Dunkaroo.
Got a wacky snacky, don't just eat your dunk. Cookies on one side, frosting on the other. A creamy taste will drive you wild.
This one really makes me sick to my stomach.
Dunkaroos.
It's making. I'm having a reaction. I'm
You would
recoiling.
love Dunkaroos.
I love Dunkaroos. I've eaten them. Sometimes I would just eat the cookies without the frosting, so I could eat the frosting plain.
Smart.
Dunkaroos, Dunkaroos. You don't just eat your Dunkaroos. Frosting's light.
Chocolate, vanilla, yummy cookies too.
Tastes so good with a glass of Dunkaroos.
I'm done. I can't. I hate it.
I used to say Dunkaroos, Dunkaroos. You don't just eat your Dunkaroo. But what's a roo and how can you dunk it? Because I was cool. I don't know why I did it.
Okay, here you go. Here's another one for you. A minute long. I hope this is the right one. This is the Diet Coke.
Just for the fun of it, just for the heck of it, just for the taste of it.
What?
Listen, so now I'm really into like the music and then also the way that the people are singing.
Just for the love of it, just for the thrill of it, the real cold taste of it. Diet Coke, just for the joy of it, just for the
Sexual.
This is a minute. Is the whole thing going to be the
Yeah,
song?
not too long.
Diet Coke, just for the pride of it.
All these people are on Broadway.
No, they're showing Ted Turner. They're showing Bill Cosby.
This may as well be like the cast of Rent.
They spend with Coke. One thing is they go all out because they have so much fucking money. This
Diet Coke.
Diet Coke, just for the style of it, just for the fling of it, just for the taste of it. Diet Coke.
Oh, hold on, pause it. Remember you got the right one, baby.
What's that?
Is that Diet Pepsi? And then like that real curly haired girl was like doing that guy's voice. Fuck. That blind piano player.
My God, Ray Charles.
Ray Charles. Thank
Just for the fun of it, the real cold taste of it. Diet Coke, just for the foo of it, just for the just for the sport of it. Diet Coke, just for the fun of it, just for the taste of it. Diet Coke.
Yeah, that's some quality.
Yeah, that sounded like it could be a song in Wicked.
Here's one with Elton John. Oh, this is someone who's had to put their branding on the commercial. Hey, it's retro. I'm not even going to promote them. I don't want to tell you what they are, but they have to put their stupid thing up front.
There's just a word, and there's no mistake.
I love this.
Hello, Joe. What do you know?
There's just one more taste for that real attraction, one for the satisfaction.
What do you think they paid him for this?
Millions, right?
I mean, this is 91, so this is, Elton
You
John.
had to put so much effort into that. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say Elton John. His height did last a little while, and then Lion King was around this time, and
Oh yeah.
All right, let's sample a bottle. And I'll make it two. One for you and one for me.
Now we getting wrong.
Diet Coke.
my
Wow.
God.
That song needed a ow.
Let's see if I can find out how much Elton John made for that.
Wow.
Elton John make
And they were really into selling Diet Coke.
people, yeah, and people love it, right?
I'm gonna write a song. Diet Coke. Ow.
There's an article. Rock stars appearing and selling their songs out. But I can't find.
Elton John got $1 million for singing about Diet Coke.
I just want to know what he made.
Maybe it was a super secret, deal. Yeah, but Ray Charles got that money. You got the right one, bye-bye. Uh-huh. I think that was Pepsi.
So I can't find whatever. I'm not going to spend too much time for this.
Play that Bush one again.
We'll close the show with Bush.
God, that's such a great one.
I got two more for you. Everyone knows the Mentos.
Did that change? Did they just change the words to that? Or was it always the same?
I think it was just always the same, but different situations that the people were in.
Staying cool.
It doesn't matter what comes, fresh goes better in life. With Mentos fresh and full of life. Nothing gets to you, staying fresh, staying cool. With Mentos fresh and full of life. Fresh goes better with Mentos fresh. Fresh goes better with Mentos fresh and full of life.
Mentos, the fresh maker.
Mentos, the fresh maker. He said that phonetically because he didn't speak English. Mentos, the fresh maker.
Light bright, turn on magical colored light. Light bright, make a face to glow at night.
Just pop in the colored pen.
There you go. There's
Love that one. There's a My Little Pony, My Little Pony.
Yeah, this could go on forever if we really wanted it to.
If you dip the mermaid's tail in water, a secret something shows there.
So,
Miss Pixie.
all right, got it queued up, ready to end our show.
All right. I don't know how to end this one.
I mean, we could go on forever with this one, but it's interesting. We just listened to Jingles, and it's like a trip down memory lane, but it's also, it proves that the jingle has more of an effect than other forms of advertising. And I think that, again, you can get into the Cars for Kids territory where people hate your guts, but if done right.
But listen, if I ever wanted to give a car to a kid, I know where to go.
You do know where to go.
And I know the number to call.
Yes.
So it's winning. Hoffandpepper.com.
What's that?
That was my jingle for Hoff and Pepper.
I know what's Hoff and Pepper. I don't know what Hoff and Pepper is.
Right. Remember the days when you had hot sauce and you liked it on a burrito. And you got the hot sauce and then you used it and you bought it from our friends. Hoffandpepper.com. Ow!
What's Hoff and Pepper?
15% off, 15% off. You can get 15% off your purchase if you use a code.
And I still don't.
15. One topic 15.
I still don't understand what Hoff and Pepper is.
It's a hot sauce.
Yeah. What? Why are you talking about them?
What?
I was just trying to get you to explain that. They sponsor. Well, they don't really sponsor the show. We just throw their commercial on the end. But
I think at some point, if enough people use our code, then we'll get money.
Well, maybe I should stop putting it at the end of the show. Whatever.
We'll see where what happens to Hoff and Pepper after that, huh?
Yeah.
Hoff and Pepper. All right, thanks everybody. Like and subscribe, rate and review. That's our jingle for you. Ow!
It's up to you and to me. There's no place that I'd rather be. Head for the mountains and bush. Head for the mountains and bush.
Come on along, head for the mountains and bush. Beer, head for the mountains. It's cold and it's smooth. It's waiting for you. Come on, head for the mountains and bush. Beer, head for the mountains and bush. Head for the mountains and bush. Beer.
Hey, Greg.
Hey, Autumn.
Do you like hot sauce?
You know, I do like hot sauce, but I'm getting pretty bored of my regular Texas Pete or Tabasco. I'm looking for a local sauce without any additives or extracts. A company that uses local peppers so it's as fresh as possible, and a company that really cares about the integrity of the sauce and where their ingredients come from.
Definitely.
And hey, while we're at it, I don't want a sauce with too many ingredients. You know, a lot of other sauces out there, they have all kinds of fillers. So I'd love to find a sauce with, I don't know, let's say no more than 5 ingredients. I mean, it's crazy, but there's gotta be a company out there that hand processes their sauce. You know, bottling and labeling every bottle themselves. I'm probably asking a lot.
Well, you really are, but there is a hot sauce out there who only uses 5 ingredients.
What?
0 fillers, additives, or extracts, and who bottles, labels, and packages everything themselves. It's called Hoff Sauce.
What?
They're a small batch hot sauce company out of Chattanooga, Tennessee that's won Best Louisiana-style sauce in the country. How many times? Not once, not twice, 3 times.
3 times!
How does that sound, Greg?
I think that sounds amazing.
You know how you can get your own bottle of hot sauce?
No, tell me please now.
hoffandpepper.com. And not only am I giving you the gift of the best hot sauce that you'll ever taste, I'm going to give you 15% off if you use the code ONETOPIC15.
Hold on, that's...
Yes, get a pen and paper.
One topic 15.
Good. That's ONETOPIC 15, all squished together at checkout. You'll get 15% off your order, and your life will be better.
Thank you.
You're welcome.